5 zodiac signs that are hard to love. While connecting with some individuals feels as effortless as breathing, loving others closely resembles scaling a sheer cliff face without a safety harness. They possess formidable psychological barriers, complex demands, or a terrifyingly fierce independence that makes earning their affection an incredibly arduous task. Navigating their internal friction requires monumental patience and absolute resilience. Today, we are ranking the top 5 zodiac signs who are notoriously hard to love. Is your sign on the list? Let's find out. Number 5, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is incredibly difficult to love because their soul violently rejects the very concept of being anchored. They operate with a spectacular, boundless momentum that treats intense emotional intimacy as a suffocating trap. When you try to establish a secure, predictable foundation, this fiery explorer instinctively perceives your affection as a direct threat to their absolute freedom. Loving them requires accepting a perpetual state of uncertainty as they are constantly eyeing the next thrilling horizon. A Sagittarius rarely offers the comforting stability of a permanent home, forcing their partners to endure the exhausting reality of dating a beautiful, untamable flight risk. Number 4, Capricorn. Capricorn treats romantic vulnerability like a highly suspicious corporate merger, making them profoundly exhausting to court. They absolutely refuse to lead with their heart, heavily gating their affection behind a rigid, terrifyingly pragmatic evaluation of your long-term utility. Loving this stoic earth sign feels incredibly lonely at times, as they continuously prioritize their monumental ambitions over tender, spontaneous connection. A Capricorn forces you to constantly prove your structural worth, systematically suppressing their own warmth to maintain absolute psychological authority. Breaking through their icy, business-like exterior requires years of flawless consistency before they ever grant you access to their heavily guarded interior. Number 3, Virgo. Virgo establishes an agonizingly steep barrier to entry through their terrifying, microscopic obsession with absolute perfection. Loving them means actively submitting to a relentless daily audit of your microscopic flaws. This brilliant earth sign does not know how to simply accept you. They view you as an ongoing, highly complex renovation project. They are incredibly hard to love because their affection is constantly veiled behind hypercritical, razor-sharp advice that often feels like a devastating personal attack. A Virgo completely drains their partner's emotional battery by establishing impossibly high standards, guaranteeing you will perpetually feel like you are desperately falling short. Number 2, Aquarius. Aquarius navigates human connection with a chilling, deeply alien detachment that fundamentally starves their partners of basic emotional warmth. They reside entirely within a brilliant, highly conceptual mental fortress, fundamentally viewing raw sentimentality as a suffocating, irrational nuisance. Loving this air sign is incredibly difficult because they actively ghost their own relationships the exact second things become uncomfortably heavy. An Aquarius effortlessly compartmentalizes their affection, leaving you completely stranded in a barren, logical wasteland while they intellectually wander elsewhere. They demand monumental amounts of solitary space, forcing you to accept a profoundly isolated partnership entirely devoid of traditional comforting intimacy. Number 1, Scorpio. Scorpio easily claims the absolute top rank because loving them is a terrifyingly dangerous, high-stakes psychological battlefield. They are governed by a profoundly ingrained, radioactive paranoia that automatically assumes you will eventually betray them. This intense water sign makes themselves nearly impossible to love by aggressively subjecting you to brutal, entirely unprovoked loyalty tests. A Scorpio builds massive, impenetrable walls composed of dark suspicion and icy withdrawal, forcing you to continuously bleed to prove your pure intentions. Their exhausting demand for absolute, unconditional submission guarantees that earning their heavily fortified heart is the most agonizingly difficult, soul-crushing endeavor imaginable. Conclusion. Piercing through these formidable defenses often results in the most profoundly rewarding loyalty, provided you have the immense stamina to survive the journey. Let me know your sign and thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.